G'day my friends, it's Marty Ware here from martysgarden.com.au, and today I'm discussing water and your microgreens, your baby leaf, and growing on your plants. Now, as you know, I farm these microgreens and baby leaf and different plants inside my design grow house, which is an outdoor system. So if you're growing microgreens indoors, water might be a little bit different, but I'm sure you'll still pick up some tips and tricks along the way. Remember, you can grow this same style of food on the veranda and balcony and on windowsills and things like that as well. So you'll always pick up something along the way and along the journey. Now, this is my tank here. It's a recycled tank. I think it holds about 500 litres. It comes off the roof, and the roof, I'm not sure the exact size of the roof now. It's probably 10. It's 5 meters by 3 meters, so 15 square meters, something like that. And 1 square meter, apparently, for 1 mil, collects 1 litre of water, around about that. So if you're doing it in the other metrics, it's around about 3 feet to 1 litre. So I'm pretty sure I've got that pretty close. But you know, obviously your system's got to be working well. Like down the end of the farm there, I have a bucket down the end there because it actually flows off the other end as well, and I can catch quite a lot in there. So if you've got any leaks and drips and things, I recommend that you always have some buckets and gallon buckets lying around. So anyway, we'll head into the grow house, and I'll give you an idea on some concepts of what I'm doing for watering and health of the water, and to keeping your plants growing steadily on and producing really well for you. Let's head inside, shall we? So we're inside the grow house at the moment. It's not as full as it normally would be. Reason being is I've been having a bit of a break for the school holidays with Karen, and I'm actually going to be doing some study soon, so I'm just taking some small orders and doing some stuff for local. So really at the moment she's just pure hobby house, but you know, it's all about design and also getting these principles, simple principles, put into place to take out the developing nations. So I'm not just a micro farmer. I do this with a passion to help and design other people, for other people and other countries, and within Australia and all over the place really. And let's get into talking about the water, and you'll definitely learn something along the way. So the humble watering can. Yes, this is my fable friend, and I've had this guy for years. And what I do is when I'm watering the seed, when I first water the seed, I use the sprinkle head, so I don't damage the seed too much and push them around too much with heavy flowing water. And when I'm watering inside the trays, so an example, if you can see the arugula rocket here, which is growing out of season, I'll just pour a little bit of water in there and feed from the bottom up. Now it's very important to feed from the bottom up. You see a lot of people spraying with their spray bottles. This creates more humidity around the plant and produces more fungal issues. So unless you've got very good airflow, this will happen. Now you can see here that how that's getting more light on one side, how thick it is, and then how thin it is on this other side here. It's getting less light. But like I said, this is really an out of season crop. Now these are also out of season lettuces that I'm growing. It's very hard to grow in this very hot climate. But with lettuce, they are a shallow rooted plant, but you need to have a fair bit of depth in your soil just to contain coolness around the roots so they don't get too hot, and it'll also hold more moisture in case you forget to water one day. These trays are designed for mixing soils up and things like that. They hold a fair bit of water, and the red sorrel in there loves that, being in that water. And this is also off season. It's more of a cooler crop. And you can see over here the chard, the rainbow red chard. Same thing, it's in the microgreens tray. Now when I lift it up, I feel how heavy it is, and if it feels quite heavy, I know there's quite a lot of water in there. So what I do then is I only put a dribble of water on the bottom, because the roots that are coming through, if we can see any roots coming through there, there's not too many because it's getting what it needs. It'll just get that little tiny bit of moisture. We'll have a look at this bloke. see if there's any roots. So you can see some roots coming through there. When they're white, that means they're really healthy. And you can see it's dry at the bottom there now. That will just get a little dribble of moisture because it's cool today. It's been raining. So it's just really to stop those little end roots from drying out. As long as there's humidity inside the tray, then that's fine. Now you can see the sunflowers that are coming up here. I keep these weighted down for as long as possible because I find I get better growth rate that way. And they have a much more vigorous root system. I did give them a little bit of water this morning in the bottom of the tray, so there's a light film there. Now when I pick it up, it's quite heavy, so I don't want too much water in there because then they'll get waterlogged and it'll create all types of fungal problems and different things. Now when it gets really hot, one of the mistakes that I found that I've made is I go to add too much, or add more water thinking, oh, they need a drink, they need a drink. Now the bigger the leaf of the plant, the more they transpire and sweat, so they need more water then. But when they're smaller leaf, they're not transpiring and sweating as much and losing that moisture, so they don't need as much water. And if you put too much in, and say for example it's sitting up quite high in the soil profile, the sun will beam down it and heat it up and cook the roots. So that was a really good lesson for me this summer, moving out to a hotter area off the coast. Again, with the sorrel, if you're going to grow it much larger, you want to go for the deeper pot. You can get away with the baby leaf coriander in the shallower containers, and also things like the basil. This is the purple basil that needs to go outside into a bit more sun, and the repotted red sorrel here that I'm going to be growing on into, so go from microgreen to baby leaf to fully mature plant. They will go up into larger pots or out into the garden. So there we have some more off-season coriander, but the thing is it won't bolt because I'll have it already harvested and used in my recipes for cooking my Asian dishes. My papayas here. I'm looking forward to growing green papaya and making green papaya salad. Now these guys need a lot of water, but I'm getting, we're not in drought at the moment, so we're getting a lot more water coming into the soil profile, and I've actually mulched them a lot heavier this time to keep them in better health. Now if I'm only using around about 500 litres and it rains about a week, once or twice a week, and at the moment it rained last night for a little bit and the tank's quarter full, and we've got a little bit more rain on the way. But you need to have, if you're going in larger scale, you've got to think more water. If you're only just doing this like just on the veranda and balcony, just any of the water that you have around, I prefer to use rainwater. I believe it's much better, more oxygenated water, and it really performs much better. Now you can add nutrients to the water, and that will help your plants also form a better root structure and be more healthy. But I'll discuss that later on with fertilizing options, because I'm developing some of my own fertilizers, and I've been doing that for quite a long time. So keep an ear out for those videos. I hope you got something from this. Please share my content, and if you haven't subscribed over at Marty's Garden at YouTube, please do so. We've also got the Marty's Garden Show over in Facebook on one of the fan pages there. And as we speak, there's an ant biting me. Yeah. It's not like the crocodile hunter, eh? I got the ant. We might go tackle some crocodiles, but they're actually about 1,600 kilometres north. Thank goodness, because I've been kicking off some sharks lately while I've been going surfing, and that's the honest truth. All right, happy gardening. We'll see you at the next video real soon. Bye for now.